and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
We're really proud of ourselves, aren't we?
You better believe it.
Okay, today, Brad, we're going to talk about absolute best shoulder bursitis exercises and stretches you can do to get some pain relief.
Shoulder bursitis, that shoulder pain.
Right.
Bursitis. That's what we're going to...
Well, we're going to explain all this. We're going to
Exactly.
use Napoleon Bonaparte. That's our little joke. By the way, if you don't know that joke, that means you're probably new to our channel, and we'd like you to take a second to subscribe to us. We have a subscribe button over here, or maybe if you're on your phone, it might be down here. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. All right, again, Napoleon's going to help us explain first what bursitis even is. So, Lonnie, you got to let me know.
He's missing an arm, Bob.
I know, he's not too happy, even though he looks like he's kind of a little anxious. He's got the fingers in his mouth. He's got Gumby on his shoulder. How does that look, Lonnie, or should we be closer? Lonnie's thinking. Right there? Okay. So, yes, you have your shoulder and a socket, basically, and they, the shoulder works like this. The problem is, right under what we call the acromion here, there's not a lot of space.
So we're talking right in here.
So through there, we got tendons that are coming through, and also we have what is called the bursa. The bursa is a fluid-filled sac. It's like an oily little sac, and it helps the tendons glide up against the bone.
Right, it's a lubricant the device, so to speak, that keeps things moving and lasting a long time. And there's a lot of nerve endings, and if it gets irritated and swollen up, very painful.
So we're using this to represent the sac. And, we're going to put it right up in here. Let me put it this way, actually, Brad.
Yep.
And it's right in that, under that acromion. And, here again, so the tendons that are running there, it's going to help those glide. But you can see if this space gets narrowed up too much, now I'm squeezing on that bursa and I'm irritating it. And so it all begins with your shoulder not being in the right position, and that's causing this impingement or irritation of the bursa.
So it's a mechanical problem. Things aren't physically where they need to be.
So everything we do today, everything we're showing you is one, to try to stop, this to get it to calm down.
Sure.
But the second thing, Brad, is to try to create more space here.
Right.
That's everything we're doing. The strengthening of the muscles helps pull this down. The stretches we do helps pull that down. The posture we do helps pull that down.
Correct.
So that's our goal today. Need to understand that, right, Brad?
So, good job, Bonaparte.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, let's start off with the number one, Brad. First of all, you're going to want to look at your posture. And if you stand here, Brad, I just want you to stand and relax. And if your thumbs are pointing towards each other, that means your shoulders are a little bit internally rotated.
Right.
So we need to get we want to get you to the point here where your shoulders are back. And we're going all the things we do today are going to help with this.
Sure.
But one of the easy way to do it is actually start stretching the chest muscles, because those are our ones that are pulling you over. And I think you've shown this before, haven't you, Brad? If you internally rotate your arm and see how high you can go up, you can't go as high, can you?
Right.
As if you externally rotate and you go up higher.
Right. So if the thumb is down, things get in the way. Thumb up, you can get an extra few degrees.
So again, we're trying to stretch things out so the thumb should be pointing forward when it's all said and done.
And the shoulders back. And not only that position of that thumb changing the humerus, but also just the shoulders from here. We can get up to here, but when we're in good posture, it's very easy.
You can go all the way up. Right. So posture is so important in this. That's where you want to start with the foundation of getting your shoulder to feel better.
Exactly.
So one stretch you can do is you can actually go in a doorway. If you look at the doorway, it would be right like this, and you put your hands on both sides of the doorway, and you'd lean in like this.
Open the door, though.
Yeah, open the door first. It's a good idea, Brad. Lean in and let her stretch out here. And you can put the arms at different levels, like down here, up here.
The higher you go, typically the more aggressive it is, so I would start lower and see how it feels.
Right. You can simply take your hands like this and lock and pull back like this, or Brad's going to show it with a towel.
Because I cannot grab very well behind me, so I use a towel. It makes it much easier for me, and some people will have that limited flexibility.
Yeah. And another simpler way would be just to go ahead and, when you're in your chair and you're working at your computer or whatever, just go like this and stretch back like this. So Like you're flying, right, Brad?
Yeah, but be careful, watch out.
Don't take off from the chair. All right, moving along. So we got that stretched out. Now let's start. Another thing, Brad, you want to avoid, while you're going through this, you want to avoid overhead exercises. I mean, this isn't the time to be painting your ceiling.
Right, washing windows overhead, going to the gym and doing military press where you're pressing overhead. It's just going to irritate.
All bad, yeah. I mean, you need to get this thing calmed down. And you can do that also with ice. And you can also use ibuprofen. We have kind of a regimen that you can watch one of our videos on how to use ibuprofen.
Right, a 3-day regimen for people who don't like to take them for days on end.
Yeah, so they kind of hit it intense for 3 days, and that helps, calm things down. So, next thing, we're going to show you sleeping postures, Brad, because if you do everything right, but you sleep wrong on your shoulder, you're going to irritate it.
Right.
And so
I've got a patient right now. She sleeps on her right side. Her right shoulder hurts all the time. And she says there's no other way she can sleep. We're really battling with this one.
Okay, well, we'll show you some hints for that for those people. Let's first start off with what ideally you want to do.
Sure.
Ideally, you want to stay off the shoulder. Let's say it's my left shoulder.
Okay.
So if you want to sleep on your side, a lot of times people like 2 pillows, Brad. And basically you lay on, again, the shoulder that can take it. And you're going to put 1 pillow here. And then you're going to put 1 underneath the arm like this.
There you go.
Just keeps the arm really supported here, and it's just a real comfortable position. It's in a good position all night for healing.
Right.
So
it makes a big difference. These pillows help a lot.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that doesn't look like much, but just try it. You'll put a smile on your face.
Now, if you lay on your back, if you're going to lay on your back, I'd still use a pillow like this, Brad. I'd put a pillow underneath like this. Let's say this is the painful arm now. I'd go ahead and I'm sorry, getting my tie all
watch
here.
out for the tie.
So this will also give support. You may even want to use 2 pillows.
Sure.
I mean, you may want to put one underneath there.
I wouldn't sleep with the tie on either, Bob.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good suggestion. This actually is a lot more comfortable than 1.
Sure.
So.
Yep.
All right, the final one. Let's say you just, the person is like your patient. She's saying, I can't sleep unless I sleep on that side.
Exactly.
So this is the painful shoulder. What you're going to do is get a pillow or a throw pillow right in here. You're going to sleep, and this creates a gap here.
Right.
So now there's not as much stress on the shoulder.
Yeah. Why don't you get up from there once, Bob, so you can see
the tunnel.
The tunnel right there. This holds the ribs up and holds that shoulder. And then, of course, the head is supported. Need a little bit more under the here. So 2 there and 1 there would probably be good.
And you can also, if you can lean off of it a little bit, maybe lean back a little bit. And then you can even put a pillow behind you if you want to stop you from rolling over.
Right. If your wife's behind you, you don't want to roll over her.
All right. The other thing you want to do is now you're going to start doing some exercises. Throughout the day, I want you to do 2 exercises. One are shoulder squeezes.
Yeah.
Just by, you're opening things up just by getting those shoulders together and getting in the right position.
Squeeze those shoulder blades together and go down a little bit.
Yeah, try to think about the shoulder blades going down into your pockets.
So as opposed to going up like that, it's back and down.
This is probably one of the most important exercises, Brad, this one.
Yep.
I mean, this alone could help open things up and calm things down. Do it every hour.
Yep.
Do 10, 20 every hour.
And the other thing, it works good for other things as well. You can breathe better with it. It helps with your posture, your head and neck. It's all around a wonderful deal.
Next one, Brad and I, this works for some people. I've had it work for some people fantastically, and some other people it doesn't help at all. It's just to try to help set that bone down in the socket a little better, create a little more space.
Right.
You're going to put your hand on the end of a countertop or a chair, and you're pushing down. So if the chair wasn't here, I'd be pushing down like this, and you're going to walk away. And I'm pushing down the whole time, and then I walk back again. I'm pushing down the whole time. Again, creating more space. And you can do 5 to 10 of these, and you can do it every hour.
You'll know if it's the right thing because it will clearly feel better when you do that.
Right.
If it hurts and it creates some sharp pain, it's not right for you.
All right, Brad, then let's start some strengthening. I want to grab that dumbbell there. The one Brad and I really like to do is to have you do what we call outies, where you're laying on your side like this, and you're going to start working it like this. And sometimes they put a towel underneath the...
You bet.
Well, I'm sorry. We don't have a towel readily available here.
Oh, we've got one.
Well,
you just do a few of them. This really works good when you're... There we go. kind of keeps your elbow focused. It should stay right
Right.
there.
And you can also do innies. And again, this would be the other shoulder now. I mean, you'd want to lay it the other way.
Roll 180 degrees.
I don't want to lay on my mic. And then you can go ahead and work on these going in the innies.
Innies, outies, what are we going to say, Bob?
Yeah.
Rotator cuff strengthening to help set that where it needs to be. That's what it's all about.
Ideally, I think we go to the band, Brad. If you get the band and you hook it around something. Some of them come with door holders that you can hook into a door. Brad's going to be my door holder right now. And again, we're relying on trust here, Brad. So, but you're going to work on. You can work on this. You're getting the shoulder blades, and you're working on outies a little bit here.
Almost got you.
What a funny guy. You can do lots of these.
Sure.
You can rip off 50 of these, Brad, if your shoulder tolerates it.
One thing I often have people do is actually bring their hands down to help remind them to bring their
down here too?
Actually, right down straight.
Oh, these too. Yep. Oh, yeah, I absolutely do those. This is where we really are relying on trust, Brad. So, one more additional one, Brad, in the chair.
Sure.
A couple of things. When you're in the chair, same thing throughout the day. Keep it supported. This may sound like a little thing, but if your arm is hanging, it's not supported.
Yeah. Right.
And two, good posture. A lot of times you put a roll behind the back. You can roll up a towel, and that keeps you in that upright position, opening things up here.
Exactly. And it's good for your back as well. This is just one you can buy for $15 or $20. Works a little better than the towel. If the towel works good, get one of these.
Okay, Brad, I think that's enough for now. We probably overloaded them.
Yeah, we did, because we almost ran out of time for about our broken heart thing. We got time for that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well,
we can fix just about anything.
Except for that broken heart.
But we are working on it.
You better believe it.
Night and day.
All right, thanks.